Welcome back to the Woodgrafter, end of November 2020, and it's time for the monthly vlog. That sounds good? Stick around. What a month it's been. We seem to have crammed so much in since last time we did the vlog that it's unbelievable. And we'll talk a little bit about that, what we've achieved, what's gone well, what's coming in the future, etc. as we go through this vlog. So the Workbench is coming on. It's made a huge difference. I'm already out building projects on the Workbench, so I'm really pleased how this has come out. The design's morphed as I've gone through and actually built it. So the leg vise is no more. I've still got to drop some T-rail down here for different clamping opportunities, and a future project will see quite a nice tool cabinet appear underneath the bench for my collection of hand tools. We've also dropped in a router table that was a nice welcome surprise, and that's worked out incredibly well, and it's just so useful having that here on the side of the bench. The two MFT tops have worked out as designed, so they're nice and square, quick and easy to use, and I've got my track saw cutting station and my bench dog fence in place as well. So it's pretty much there. It's already a fully functional bench. Final job on this one, just want to trim down these two ends, bring it down to exactly 2 meters, tidy the ends up a bit of a sand down, say drop the T-tracks in the front here, and then a coat of finish and it's good to go. Now once that's finished, I will do a quick episode reviewing that bench so you can see how it's come together, how I built it, all the features that are inside that bench, so look out for that in a couple of weeks' time. But once that's done, it allows me to move on to the other projects I've got planned in the workshop. So let's have a look at the report and see what else is going on inside the channel. So if you're new to the channel, our motto is inspire, educate and support you in your journey to becoming a better woodworker. I deliberately set out to build a channel that was going to be community based, so it's all about you, it's about your interactions, and that's the same on the channel or over on the website www.thewoodgrafter.com, where the community and the conversation continues. Inspire is about through ideas, tips and reviews, a lot of the things we do on this channel. Educating is about the website, some project builds, instructional videos, and then support is through questions and answers and the overall community engagement. So if you're new here, that's us, inspire, educate and support. Why not get involved? Subscribe, hit the bell notification, get over to the website and grab yourself a free membership, and it'd be great to see you over there. Beginning of the year, I set out some goals. Beginning of 2020, I did adjust my timelines so it runs to the end of December. So these are goals I need to achieve by the end of December. I wanted about 15,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. I wanted to get 3 million-ish of minutes watched and 500 subscribers over on the website. And look at how we're doing around that one. I also wanted to get some deep dive project builds over on the website. I noticed that deep dive project builds aren't very popular here on the YouTube channel. People like much shorter videos. They like the tool reviews we do, very, very quick weekend turnaround projects, etc. The deep dive multi-series don't tend to perform very well, but a lot of you like that. That's why you're here. So I'll put those over on the website, and it was my intention to get 4 deep dives going. Fusion course is now live. The coffee table course is now live. The Workbench course, building this, is now live and nearly complete. And before Christmas, I'll also be doing the display case. And you may have seen that display case. It's the one I used to check out the router system that we built. But there's a full detailed view of how I did that from design through to creation that will be on the website before Christmas. So I've done my deep dive. The season 1 of the Beginner's Guide to Woodwork. Now that's a subscription-based course that will be launching over on the website in early 2021. And that's a course that will take you through from really no knowledge whatsoever, through everything you need to know, selecting your tools, building your workshop up, simple projects to get you going, all the way through eventually to actually building a business and running a business where you make money from woodworking. So that should be starting season 1 over on the website in early 2021. And the wooden gift store will also be going live early in 2021. The CNC is on order, it's arriving soon. I've got some work to do in the shop to fit it in, and I need to learn how to use a CNC, but I've got a lot of the designs already done. So I'm excited by that, and that'll be the next big thing for the Woodgrafter brand. So all in all, the channel's coming on well, and it's doing pretty much what we wanted it to achieve. So let's have a quick look at November and see what else has gone on inside the Woodgrafter. Well, the first thing is the channel is recovering from Fusion Gate. If you follow the channel for a while and you watch the last month's vlog, you'll know that I did a series on Fusion 360 for woodworkers. For those people who were into Fusion, that series has been incredibly well received, and it's certainly forming a strong reference work for a lot of people who are trying to use Fusion 360 for design. There's a nice community building up around that. But if you're not into that, it just alienated a lot of people from the channel overall. And I saw the number of subscribers slow down and then actually reduce. We went backwards for a period of time. The numbers of minutes watched declined as well. People got in touch and said, hey, I'm not into this, Andy. Great you're doing it, but it's not for me. I'm out of here. So the entire channel slowed down. Glad I did it, because I do think it's made an important reference material for people looking to go on that journey. But now we're back in the workshop, we're doing projects, we're doing reviews, we did some stuff on the router table here. You're back again. Subscribers are now beginning to increase up, the engagement's increasing, the watch time's increasing. So yes, the channel took a dip mid-year, but it's now beginning to recover, and that recovery is accelerating. So I'm pretty pleased to see that you've come back. Thank you for sticking with me. And the channel is recovering from Fusion Gate, as I'm now calling that. Website is still growing strong. More and more people are piling into the website. The community begins to grow. I need to get more interaction, and I'm currently working on how I do that to get people contributing more into that website, more discussions, more interaction. And I think as I start to build the basic course that I've already mentioned, you know, that season 1 introduction to woodworking, I think that's going to naturally bring a whole generation of people to the brand and to the website. And I think that will grow the interaction. So it's going to be good to see how that works out, but the website is very stable, it's well received, and it continues to grow, which is great news. Now the Sauter Shop, we did some work with this organisation, Sauter Shop, which is a German organisation, and if you've seen Stu's channel over at Bish Bash Bosh, he's done some work with them. Peter's channel over at 10 Minute Workshop, he's done some work with them. And Andy over at the Sauter Shop is doing a bit of a brand push at the moment, so a number of us have sort of come together to actually support that. My contribution was this router table here, and I did a mini series on this one, playlist linked here. I'll also drop a link to Stu's video and Peter's video in the show notes, but in my mini series I unboxed it, we had a first impressions of the kit and looked at the range that's available. Second video we installed it and we made a router table or an insert for my workbench here, and then in the third one we had a look in detail at how it works, put it through its paces, and built a simple project that was for my son. Always love building things for my little boy. So that worked out really well. And spoiler alert, it came out incredibly well. It's a super piece of kit that I then purchased with my own money, and now it's an integral part of my workflow. So the stuff with Sauter Shop was incredibly well received. A lot of you are excited. A lot of you have gone to their website and started to order things and have a look around, which is great to see. As a result, I'm exploring new ideas with Sauter Shop. I've got an idea for a great series that I can't just reveal just yet, but early day conversations. So there'll be more work with Sauter Shop in the new year, so look out for that, and I'll keep you advised as things develop. We did a review of the Trend Jig, the jig that makes holes in an MFT top. Some of you loved it, some of you hated it. It was a bit of Marmite. I think you all liked the video, but the product itself, you were a bit mixed on. To be fair to it, the more I use it, the more I like it. I've now done these two tops. I'm making all sorts of other things. I used it to make an Incra plate to fasten my Incra fence system to the MFT top that a lot of you enjoyed. So the more I use that jig, the more I like it. Simple, quick, accurate. And I've now found the price point right down to about £89, £90 if you look around on the internet. So the price point is actually acceptable now for that piece of kit. So yep, that went down well. CNC is coming, 18th of December 2020 is CNC Day, put it in your calendar. That's where I take delivery of a whole host of boxes from a company called Ooze Nest, which a lot of you in the UK will know about. If you're not in the UK, you may have heard of it. They are beginning to push their brand forward. I've no relationship with Ooze Nest whatsoever, no relationship at all. I just liked the idea of their products, and I was keen that I got a CNC machine that was accessible for the majority of people, and that's based on an open build standard. So yeah, looks pretty good to me. Now, a few of you have got in touch saying, hey, you know, we're interested in what you're doing in 3D printing. The CNC sounds good. Are you going to do things on your channel about that? And I've been really torn about whether or not I do or I don't. The CNC machine is really to drive a new business venture for the Woodgrafter, which is starting to make an online customized wooden gift store type concept, and a lot of that's going to be CNC based. So the CNC machine was really about that. I did intend to do the odd thing about it, but not really to make it a focal point, having learnt from the Fusion 360 stuff. And now the 3D printer side of it is not really a business venture at all. I just bought that because I wanted to make things, jigs for the workshop, simple dogs that I use inside my bench, brackets to hold things up, storage containers that I tend to use. So the 3D printer was just to allow me to build things inside the workshop that help me in my everyday workflow. It's never really going to be a thing, but a lot of you are interested. Now, I'm not convinced if I put that onto this channel, the Woodgrafter main channel, it's going to be well received. I know it'll be really valuable to some people, but I think I'll have that same Fusion problem where I'll start to dip down again, and I don't want to do that. So I'm thinking of launching a new YouTube channel, and I'd be really welcome your feedback on this idea. It will be a dedicated channel, CAD CAM for woodworkers from the Woodgrafter, something like that working title. And what I want to do is to really start off as a novice, no idea or experience at all in CNC or 3D printing. And we'll go on a journey across that channel. That entire channel will be a journey into building up a full-blown CNC-based business. And we'll start by saying, I've got two big boxes, and inside these big boxes is some sort of CNC machine. Let's start by building it. So we'll go through the build experience, we'll look at the computer side of it, the electronic side of it, how you calibrate it, how you tune it for accuracy, how you design your first project, how you get it cut. And then once we've got all that done, we'll then take it project by project by project, and we'll go through a full design activity, the project, how I design it, to actually being the final product on the CNC machine, and that's how we'll build it up over time. While we're doing that, 3D printing is very closely associated to that. It's a similar sort of concept, it's a similar technology. One's additive, one's subtractive, but we'd get into all that on the channel. So we'd also look at some of the 3D side of that as well. So let me know if that's interesting. A dedicated CAD CAM channel for woodworkers takes you through from the design phase, probably using Fusion, probably using Vectra software, VCarve, Aspire, that sort of stuff. Variety of manufacturing devices, a CNC machine, a 3D printing machine, and we'll go on a journey together. So rather than put it on this channel, let's deep dive on a separate channel. So keep your eyes out for that. Still thinking about the idea. If enough of you are interested, I'll probably crack on and get it done over the Christmas period, and we'll sort of launch that early next year. Let me know what you think. Commissions are still coming in. I've now got a lovely commission for a TV cabinet. Somebody looked around, couldn't find something they liked that blended in with their front room. So early day conversations about their ideas. I'm going to do the conceptual diagram as always. Once I've done that, I'll share it with you. And that's a nice little project that I think can be modified for a whole variety of things. So that'll probably be over on the website. We'll probably do that as a full deep dive build on that sort of product, something that everybody likes and knows, and we'll do an overview on the channel. And then the overall backlog of ideas for this channel continues to grow. I've still got some reviews that are outstanding. I've got a small Bosch palm router I want to have a look at, a Makita multi-tool that's being more and more useful every day. The Souter build is now completed. I've got to do an update on the benchdogs.co.uk. Ralph's got some interesting stuff coming down the line. You could probably not notice, but there's a new version of the fence out that we need to have a look at. People are interested in how I cost my projects, so I'm going to go through a little bit of a costing activity. Now that'll be a slightly different slant than you normally see, because I also want to talk about how do you justify the expense of something like a CNC machine. So not just about costing your products, it's about putting productivity in your costing and getting investment for new devices in your costing. So that should be quite an interesting slant that I've not seen taken before. Monthly vlogs continue. The office build is another commission I've got going on. That's a multi-part series. The design is now done, the cost base is done, the agreement is signed, hands have been shaken, so I'll be starting that at some point in the new year. That would be interesting. The display case is pretty much that cabinet I made for my son, the pop head cabinet, this thing here. A lot of people are interested in that. My wife took a photograph and she banged it over on her Facebook site, and a lot of people are interested in that. Oh, that's nice. So that should be interesting to see where that goes to. But I'm going to do a build of that over on the website. That should be out over the Christmas period. Then this new channel looking at 3D printing, looking at the CNC, bringing that together, CAD CAM for woodworkers by the Woodgrafter. I like that. We've got the overview of the Workbench coming down. Got a review of the Incra mitre gauge coming down the line, a couple of Jessam stock guides to have a look at, the TV cabinet build we've spoken about. Accuracy on a budget is an interesting idea. That came from one of you guys in the community, and you're saying, look Andy, we love the attention to detail that you have, we love the accuracy that you bring into every single step of your projects, and that clearly shows in the quality of the work that you're producing. I can't afford those high-end tools. What can I do? So what I thought might be interesting was to look at accuracy on a budget. And I want to try and get hold of some sponsors who can come along and talk about their products, because I don't need these products in my workshop because I've already invested in what I need and I'm now beginning to use that in anger. But it's a really good question. How do I get accuracy on a budget? So I'm going to approach a number of potential sponsors and ask them that question, and then let's see what we can do as a response. So that could be quite interesting if it comes up. The craft shop I want to send live, and anything else that comes up as an idea. For example, the other day I was explaining something in one of the website videos on this, and I used a piece of MDF and I just chalked all over it to explain the idea. And when I saw it back in the video, it came out incredibly well. So I thought, aha, what I need is a chalkboard. So I'm going to make a chalkboard and I'll share that with you at some point. Actually, I had some 9mm MDF knocking around the workshop and thought, that's perfect. I'll take that, I'll treat it, I'll give it a coat of paint, I'll build a nice frame. Nice weekend project that you can use with your kids, nieces, nephews, grandkids, whatever it might be. And it's a really great thing and something I can use in the workshop. And then I looked around for the 9mm ply in the workshop and it had vanished. Only to find Mrs. Woodgrafter carefully placing it on a table and putting a Christmas tree on top of it. So my material for my chalkboard has vanished for a while, but I will be doing that sort of thing. And there's all sorts of ideas coming on, and you guys will throw new ideas in as well, and then they'll join the channel. Excellent stuff. Let's look at the metrics. Well, it's good news and it's bad news. Start off with my watch times. I'm now at 4,224,000 minutes of Woodgrafter videos watched since I launched this site. And I say it every single month, but I'm blown away by that. I was planning to get 3.5 million by the end of the year. I'm now at 4.2 million, so blew the target out of the water. And I'm pretty convinced by the end of December, I'll be 4.5 million minutes watched of Woodgrafter videos, which is just stupid, but thank you. Subscribers is not a good story. I did set myself a target of 15,000. I managed to get 7,000 and a bit in the first year. So I thought doubling that and adding a bit to it, 15,000, should be achievable in the second year. I'm currently hovering around about the 13,000 mark. It's growing about 600 subscribers per month. I don't think I'm going to hit the 15,000 target. And I put that down to 2 months worth of decline as I went through that Fusion Gate scandal. But I'm not concerned, it's growing, that's the main thing. Look at the growth, it's still beginning to grow. So I'm pretty confident we'll get there sort of early next year. We'll hit that 15,000 mark, and I'm gonna bring the channel back to what you guys actually want to see. I should see acceleration next year. So it's not a concern, just one of those things, didn't quite hit it. Websites were doing well. I've more than doubled what I expected to achieve by the end of the year. I wanted 500. I'm now at 1,041 members subscribed to the website. And I think that's going to grow next year as I start to launch a much more focused introduction to woodworking video. So overall, it's been a really, really good month and lots coming down the line, as you can see. So that's pretty much it for today. I'm really interested in your views of CAD CAM for woodworkers by the Woodgrafter. Let me know in the channel comments about whether you think that's a good idea, a bad idea, whether you couldn't really give a monkey's uncle what I do next. Just give me some feedback on that, thoughts, and let me know. If you're not a subscriber, it really helps me on the channel. If you subscribe, give me a thumbs up on the videos. Even give me a thumbs down, that also helps me. It all counts as interaction, which is positive. Leave a comment, even better. Get over to the website, join the community. With that said, I'll see you next week, where I think I'm going to have a look at the Incra fence and maybe those Jessam guides as well. I'll see you then.